again on a Tuesday though. A little weird. Things come up, but we're here. 26. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I personally apologize for not being able to go live last night. It was all my fault. Cat's out the bag. It was all my fault. I got caught up doing some stuff. Time got away from me. So here we are tonight. But we're going to give you guys, I'm going to make it up to you guys. We're going to make it up to you guys.
Oh,
it's going to be a great episode.
Oh, we got a lot in store.
Whole lot.
Hey, I got some, you know me. I got some stuff to talk, some trash talking, but
like stuff on your chest.
Yeah. And I'm wearing the Kobe jersey. The Mamba mentality is out tonight. Just know that.
Ooh, okay.
Just know that.
Okay.
But you are back again, the Purple Rain podcast. Number 26. We have made it a far, far way. And we are 2 subscribers off of 700. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Woo. I am Simply AS10. You can find me on Twitter. Simply AS10. SIMPI. No. Yeah, I, capital I. YAS10. Instagram, simply AS10.prod. And that over there is my guy Sutton Def. Where can they find you at? Let them know.
You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Also, just like my guy Alex, he didn't mention Simply AS10 on YouTube. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. He's putting out videos every week. It's so consistent, even in the off season. So make sure you go ahead over to Simply AS10 and subscribe to that channel if you're not already. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Also, shout out to Oler Clothing. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt right now. Just a gray and black tee. Just a little something. If you want to shop, olerclothing.com. You can go on OLURclothing.com. Thank you guys for coming in and joining us tonight. This is episode 26, like my guy Alex said. We've already got the Rain Gang in full effect, as usual. Per usual.
Speaking of shopping,
yeah,
you might be able to shop Purple Rain podcast soon.
Woo.
Just know that.
If
you're here, you heard that. I mean, things are coming. I saw it last week. I saw it. It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
It's looking good. It's looking real good. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who is watching live right now. You guys are the greatest. Also, if you're not watching live right now and you're watching the replay of it, we love you guys just as much. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. We're going to be putting you guys' comments in the future episodes, so make sure you guys are doing that. But shout out to the entire Rain Gang. By the way, guys, you can follow us on Instagram now. We've had our Instagram for maybe almost about a month now. I think maybe about 3 weeks. But yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast, where you can find all updates for everything Purple Rain and also updates for everything Ravens as well. So we got the whole Rain Gang in here tonight. Devon Saunders is in here. He says what's up. Michael the Hawks fan says what's up. We got our guy Hoodie Ramey is in there. Shout out to Ramey. Yes. We got Kareem. We got NFL Productions, one of our moderators. Shout out to all the moderators in the Purple Rain Podcast chat. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, man, and everything you guys do. Gamer Guy says, yo, y'all hit 700. Did we hit 700?
We hit
wow.
700. Top that shit.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. A huge, huge thank you to you guys. We literally just started this channel, like what? 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, or something like that.
Our first episode was the day after the Colts game, mid-season. That was our first episode.
Yeah.
Now here we are. So on the road to 1K here. Yeah. On the road to 100 followers on Instagram, and I'm on the road to 20K on my YouTube channel. So we are all striving for something big, and it's going to happen. And you know we're going to be with you. So, you want to get into it?
Yeah. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys also hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Like my guy Alex said, we are on the road to 1K. And we've got a ton of other roads as well. Like my guy Alex said, 20,000 is almost there. Almost realized for the Simply AS10 channel. So once again, if you are not subscribed to that channel, head over there and hit the subscribe button there as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. We got a lot of stuff Ravens football to talk about. And I'll let you kind of go ahead and kick us off here.
Okay, so I was on the Ravens Reddit. This idea was not mine. They had their 2020 superlatives. I'm like, yo, let's do that on the Purple Rain podcast, and we get everybody's feedback.
Right.
So I threw some categories at my guy Sutton. He picked 3. I picked 3. You just want to start it off?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
All right, so you can give your 3 first. Let's go.
Sure. So, superlatives for you guys who maybe don't know what that word means. No shame in that. But basically, the awards, season awards, like my guy Alex was saying, like season awards, basically, we're gonna, how you're in school, and the yearbook has the superlatives in there. It's like, oh, funniest in the class, best dressed, most likely to succeed, class clown, that sort of thing. That's what we're doing here for the Ravens 2020 season. So we want you guys to all follow along with us. Like he said, he picked 3, I picked 3. I'm going to start off with my 3 here.
Let's go.
So the first superlative for the most upside on the Ravens roster, current Ravens roster, the most upside. Who has the most upside? Who wins that award? Rain Gang, let us know in the chat. I'm going to ask my guy Alex first.
The easy question is Lamar Jackson. I mean, easy answer. But I'm going to shy off of that. I'm going to number 27 in the backfield, J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
He turned it on at the end of the season, had a touchdown in about 4 or 5 consecutive games, took over the number 1 running back position, and just ran with it. Ran with it. And he was a crucial part of, I think, our best drive of the season, which is our first drive after the second half against the Titans. We just went down the field on them. He ran over Kenny Vaccaro like it was nothing. I mean, the easy answer would be Lamar, but I'm just going to go for the sake of this segment, J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I see some of the Rain Gang in the chat, they're also agreeing with you. Hemo4, shout out to Hemo4, man. What's up with you, man? He says Dobbins. We also had, Hemo4, he says Dobbins or Elliott, actually. Unknown Goat says Dobbins as well. I see a couple of other Keeping It Real. Shout out to Keeping It Real. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel as well. Always coming out with good NFL content, even trickling in some other sports in there. So make sure you guys go follow him. He says J.K. Dobbins and Deshaun Elliott. Okay. Now, me personally, I'm going to go with somebody on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
I'm going to go with another rookie, Justin Madubuike.
I think you're the biggest Justin Madubuike fan out there. I think if there was a Justin Madubuike fan club, you're the leader of it.
I might just be, man. And I literally said this from like the time that we drafted him. I was like, he is going to be one of our best players in a couple years. I really did think it was a steal when we got him. I loved his film in college. It seemed like his effort on plays is what really does it for me. You know what I mean? Like if he's not like tearing into the backfield, he's like a zombie kind of tearing through a wall that you're trying to keep building. You ever play Call of Duty Zombies and everything? They keep tearing down the walls and stuff like that.
Who hasn't?
Exactly. That's what he's kind of like. You know what I mean? If you really watch him play, he's relentless. And you saw in the second half of that season, because he was really thrown into it. He was sidelined with injuries for the first half of the season, about that, or the first quarter or so. And he just came in and he stepped up when we really needed him to. So I think that in terms of the most upside, J.K. Dobbins is a great pick. But let's not sleep on my guy, Justin Madubuike, number 92.
Hopefully he's the next number 92 in the Ravens. I mean, we had Nada. Hopefully we have our Madubuike now, same position. So I'm looking forward to it. What's the Rain Gang saying? I mean, I think those are 2 really good picks.
Yeah, the Rain Gang. We got Spiritual Dub. Shout out to Spiritual Dub as well. Always coming through and watching and supporting. He says Lamar or J.K. Dobbins. So, okay. NFL Production says Judon. I don't know about that one, bro.
NFL Prod is a bit. I think if we have a class clown, it's NFL Prod. Z pulls her leg a little bit. I think that might be a little bit of a joke right there. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Zeke Phillips says Lamar. Our guy Rush, shout out to Rush. He says J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is another vote for Dobbins. Our guy Hoodie Ramey. Ramey says Dark Horse here. I'm gonna go Gus. What do you think about Gus?
Speaking of Gus, hashtag resign Gus. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Gus Edwards, underrated, underutilized. I'm gonna say it. And he proved this past season he can catch the ball at the backfield. He's a reception back too. That's a great shout too. I think you can make a case for Gus because we haven't seen his true potential yet, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Let's take a look at what our guy KLA Sports says. Shout out to him as well. He says, I agree with J.K. Dobbins. He was great as a backup who became a starter and was great in a crowded backfield. Yeah. Same happened with Nick Chubb when he was behind Carlos Hyde, and now look at him. He's got a point.
I think that Duke Johnson too. So definitely the cream rose the top. I think that's how it goes. I don't know, but definitely we have a big bright future with the running backs in Baltimore. If we can keep Gus Edwards, oh my goodness. Yeah. Gus and J.K. is a 1-2 punch that defenses do not want to deal with.
We're literally, if we keep Gus, re-sign him, of course we're gonna have J.K. for a while. And then we also have a guy like No, I mean, no, I'm not
Justice
thinking
Hill?
about not Justice Hill, not Justice Hill. I'm thinking on the defensive side of the football. Now, I just lost my train of thought.
You're
Anyway,
good.
guys, look. Anyway, J.K. Dobbins. Actually, no, I remember what I was gonna say. Not on defensive side of the football. Tight ends. Tight ends. I think we're gonna get back to those 3 tight end sets. More
Please.
next season, and then also pairing that with having J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Lamar Jackson in the backfield running the football, we're literally going to be a handful. And by a handful, I mean like a whole handful, maybe even 2. You know, defensives and defensive coordinators are really going to have their hands full when they're playing the Ravens next year. So
Yes.
definitely, like you said, the future is very, very bright for our running back core. Listen, guys, we have about 40 people watching live already. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys so much for coming through and rocking out with us on this Tuesday afternoon.
We have
Let's see.
27 likes. Let's get to 30. Let's get 3
Yeah,
more for
why
30.
not?
Why not?
Yeah. So let's see what else we have. Void says y'all are sleeping on Patrick Queen. PQ got some upside. How
He
you feel about
does.
Patrick Queen?
I'm a Patrick Queen fan. I'm also a Malik Harrison fan, who I think has the same amount, maybe a little bit less potential. But I think we have our future linebacking duo
Okay.
here. But I think, like we've been talking about it, we'll read every single episode. We'll reiterate it. A full preseason and a full training camp that's somewhat normal can go
Yeah.
a long way for these linebackers. And if we can get
Absolutely.
it, I think you will see that jump, that year 2 jump, that not like a Devin White jump, but a jump to the point where our linebacking core is much better than it was last year.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to my second superlative of
Okay.
the night. So the second one is going to be the season defining moment. Okay.
Okay.
So this one is a little bit of an interesting one, and let me preface it with this. So obviously, our season didn't end the way that we would have preferred it to. We did not win the Super Bowl this season. So when you say season defining moment, are we looking at something that, like, you know, defined our season towards a downward spiral, towards our eventual demise? Or are we looking more so at something that was more positive? I'm not really sure. The lines are kind of blurred there.
Yeah.
But if I had to go with like a season defining game, I'd probably have to go with that Cleveland game, man. I'd probably have to go with that Cleveland game. And the reason why I say that is because it put a new spark into us. You know, it kind of defined our season. Like, we didn't go out like no chumps. You know,
No.
if we lose that game in Cleveland,
We're not
then
making the
we
playoffs.
we probably don't make the playoffs. So, and we're not even really, you know, as hopeful, or as, you know, we're angry Ravens fans right now. If we didn't even make the playoffs, we're angry Ravens fans. I don't think we're angry Ravens fans right now. We know we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of upside. So I would probably say that, yeah, the Cleveland Browns, that's probably the game that is the most season defining moment. But what about you?
4th and
Hey, my
5.
guy, Ramey.
4th and 5.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson comes back from being out the game for 30 minutes. No practice throws. Let's just talk, like, I saw a great tweet about it. It's like a basketball player going out of the game for a quarter or so, coming back
Yeah.
and hitting the game-winning shot.
Yeah.
That is 4th and 5 to Marquise Brown, who had 3 drops that game. Oh, I know he had 3 because I just did the video on the drops. He had 3, and it was
Go check out that video too.
bro, it took me like an hour and a half to just get the clips, and it was the worst hour and a half of my life. It was terrible. It has to be the 4th and 5. This the throw to Marquise Brown. It's like, and it was like the fact that Lamar had so much faith in him after dropping it, like that. I think that's one of the moments that, like, you'll look back in a couple of years and be like, that was like one of it's maybe a top Ravens moment, I think, for a while, because it was just. I know me and you were texting. We even went live after the game. It was like 12
we
o'clock
had
in the
to.
morning. We went live. It was crazy. I think that definitely had to be the season defining moment for sure.
Absolutely. And you can see Robbie Rediford. He's got the call from that game. Who was that who made that call?
It was the ESPN crew. It was Riddick. I don't know who the main color commentary is on there, or the main announcer. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. He's like, Jackson is going to throw for it, and he's got it. Hollywood Brown into the end zone for a touchdown. Bro, I went crazy. I went crazy when that happened.
That didn't even win us the game.
Shout out Ramey. He says Steve Levy.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah.
Like the fact the defense, you know, I'm gonna say let them score, because
Yeah.
if they didn't, and then we had enough time, and just Lamar put together a great 2-minute drive, and of course Tucker hitting the game winning field, and then their whole like hook and ladder thing, and then we got the safety and just Marlon Humphrey waving goodbye to the Browns fans.
Yeah, man. Beautiful. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see. KLA Sports says, nah, our bad moment was the Patriots loss or the Titans one. I probably say that was our lowest points in the season for sure.
I
That
think
Patriots loss.
I'm gonna go that AJ Brown touchdown. I think
Yeah,
that's
that too.
that's living rent free in my head. I think even though we beat them,
Yeah,
like I'm still mad at anybody who missed that tackle because he shouldn't have scored there.
definitely shouldn't have. I think we had we had Humphrey, we had Patrick Queen, we had a
Clark, it
Clark.
was
Yeah, that was bad. But yeah, so we're
okay.
gonna go ahead and move on to my last superlative before I let my guy Alex give his. The last
Okay.
one is going to be the most surprising player. The most surprising player on this roster from this season. Like, who surprised you the most?
In a good way or a bad way? Because we can take this two ways.
I mean, whichever one you feel more strongly about.
Okay. Okay. Most surprising. I want to say J.K. Dobbins because I wasn't expecting to have the impact he had. Um,
Hmm.
Surprising. You know what? I'm gonna go Derek Wolf actually because
Okay.
I know we signed him as like kind of as depth, not as really a starter, but
Hmm.
he like what he did when Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams were out.
Yeah.
That's a part I think that a lot of Raven fans that don't get how crucial he was because he
Yeah.
almost single handedly won us that game against the Titans at home because he was just in the trenches doing his thing. And then
Right.
Derrick Henry, that fourth quarter came, and we had nobody to sub out, which is the reason why I think we won because we had so many. We were just rotating guys in the playoff game. Everybody was
Yeah.
healthy. I'm gonna go Derek Wolf because, like I said, I just wasn't expecting him to be as good as he was for us, and we still please give him a new contract. Honestly, he earned it. Please,
Okay. I mean, I really, really like Derek Wolf. I mean, Void agrees. He says he likes Derek Wolf as a player that surprised him as well. For sure, man. I mean, Derek Wolf, we can't sing his praises enough or appreciate him enough for what he does. He's probably the most unsung hero from that Monstars squad. You know, we've got our
yeah,
Brandon Williams, we've got our Calais Campbell, and then we've got Derek Wolf, who we just acquired. Not as big a name as Calais Campbell in terms of our new acquisitions at all, but he played up to he way exceeded expectations. So I would
he had
definitely
the
say that
only
Derek
sack
Wolf, yeah,
in the playoff win against Titans, and
yeah,
that still surprised him. I mean, Jihad Ward should have had one, but
yeah.
that's when Tannehill threw it, he tipped it. But I see guys saying just Deshaun Elliott. I'm biased towards Deshaun Elliott, so I couldn't say
That's who
him.
I say. That's who I say.
I'm so biased towards him. I just couldn't say it. But
Yeah. I mean, hey man, Deshaun Elliott playing an all pro corner, even when he was dealing with injuries at some points during that season, still played. I mean, listen, man, the hit on Derrick Henry says it all. Just his effort, his passion, his fire, his intensity, something that you love to see at the safety position. And somebody even brought it up in the chat that like this was basically like kind of like Deshaun Elliott's rookie season, pretty
it
much his
was.
rookie year. So, and for him to play the way he did, that really surprised me. For him to even, and I hate to say this about a guy, but for him to even stay healthy, you know what I mean, for
Yeah.
the entire season, that really surprised me as well. And not only for him to stay healthy, but to also really, really perform when we needed him. When we lost in Earl Thomas, so now
Yeah.
we're kind of like thin at corner. He really stepped up. So I agree with the Rain Gang here. I'm gonna have to go with Deshaun Elliott, the Joker.
And he had some shaky moments where I thought he was hurt. The
Mm,
game against the Washington football team where he just laid out Antonio Gibson and he's got
mm,
the wind knocked out of him, and then against the Giants and he was right back in.
yeah.
So if he can stay healthy again next year, like the sky is the limit. It is the absolute limit. And since we're talking about the Joker, hopefully by next episode, I actually ordered a Deshaun Elliott signed jersey. So hopefully it's here by
Ooh.
next episode. I had to. I honestly had like no, it's an impulse buy. I'm just so biased towards I had to get it. So hopefully it's here by next episode.
Yeah. Let's see. Yo, I can't wait to see that, bro. But I'm gonna let you for now go ahead and give your superlatives. I want, you to give us yours and I'll answer them. And the Rain Gang will
Okay.
answer them. So make sure you guys listen, guys. We still have around like 40 people in here. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying so far, and make sure you leave comments in the live chat. We want to hear from everybody that's watching right now what your thoughts are, what your opinions are on these superlatives and everything else that we're going to talk about in tonight's episode. So, Alex, you can go ahead and give us yours.
Worst game of the season. What is it? What do you think it is? Because I think we'll get a couple answers here.
Yeah.
What do you think was the worst game of the season?
If you ask me, worst game of the season would probably have to be. It's probably gonna have to be the Titans game, man. For me,
Okay.
it's gonna
Okay.
have to be that Titans game only because like I felt like that was one we had to win. That was one that we had circled on our calendar, and for us, and they even came out and disrespected us in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of chippiness, a lot of like back and forth during that game as well, and there was just a lot of emotion, overall emotion, and you could even feel that just as a fan watching from home. And just for us to not perform up to par, especially down the stretch, it was very disappointing. I think, like you said, that was probably our lowest point in the season. So
Yeah.
at that point, I'm gonna have to say that was the worst game.
I was gonna say that, but for the sake of this, I'll go with something different. That monsoon game, that Sunday
Yeah,
night game. That's kind of what started this. No, it was the Steelers game that started this again, I believe.
yeah,
Wow. So at first I was gonna say the Chiefs game, but after rewatching them when we had all the drops, we were thoroughly in that game for a while. It didn't feel like it, but if some of these catches were made, like a big 30-yard pass to Mark Andrews, it's 13-10, I think, at that point. We're in great field goal range. We could have tied it up, but the Patriots game, we're a better team than them on all aspects. Cam Newton was absolutely terrible this year. I don't know how we lost to them. And we had a wide receiver throw a touchdown against us. Rex Burkhead, some old-ass washed-up running back, blew by our first-round pick like it was nothing.
yeah.
And it was just – and then Nick Boyle got hurt that game, just all around. And then it kind of started – that skid we went on, and then we turned it around. I'm going to go with the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Patriots game. Lunch Break Hot Take. Shout out to the guys over at Lunch Break Hot Take. They also have a NFL channel. They talk Ravens football. They talk Carolina Panthers football. They talk all NFL. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to them as well because they're posting just as consistently as us. And we want to, support everybody who is, coming through the channel. The Ravens YouTube community surely is like one of the most beautiful things that we've ever been a part
Family.
of. It's a family. It's a family. So make sure you guys go ahead and support them as well. Check out their channel. But Lunch Break Hot Take, they say Patriots did nothing but run on us and we couldn't do anything about it. Now that you bring that up, watching that game, like I just had PTSD in my mind when I read that comment because like there was literally like you knew exactly what they were going to do. They were going to run the ball and we just could not do anything about it for the greater part of the game. Now, eventually we started to slow it down a little bit, but our offense just could not get it rolling. The snaps were terrible that night. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you. Like, it's kind of almost on the same level for me as that Titans game, just in terms of like things going wrong. But Money Man, he said that Patriots game was ugly. And I think a lot of that, that loss and just how we play, and I don't want to make excuses, but the rain was really like, it was killing us.
That
it was
final
murdering
drive,
us.
like when Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are saying it, like,
Yeah.
it turned on for that final drive for us. It was raining the whole game, yes, but you could not see whatsoever. And I was rewatching it, that J.K. Dobbins drop. I'm not even blaming that drop on him because I doubt he could see that ball going through the rain. It was so bad. And like it was like watching the Ravens play. Like nobody could stop the run, and that's what we do to people. It's like how can you not stop the run? And when they're playing us, and we just couldn't stop their run, it was just a frustrating game. And it was on primetime television. And we got we were the favorites too. And we get lost to the underdog.
What was our record on primetime this year?
We lost to the Chiefs 0-1, lost to the Patriots 0-2, lost to the Steelers on that Wednesday game 0-3.
0-3.
Beat the Cowboys on that Tuesday game 1-3. Beat the Browns 2-3. Beat the Titans 3-3. Lost to the Bills 3-4. We lost every game with NBC though. Take it how you wanna.
That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Shout out to our guy Engraven Vids. He's in here. He says, "Yo, Rain Gang, what's up, Engraven? We got to do that group stream soon. I know we were talking about that, but we were just talking about the Ravens YouTube community. Everybody's so supportive of each other, and we make sure you guys, if you aren't already, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to Engraven Videos as well.
And his podcast. I think it's every Wednesday it comes out. I mean, it's perfect for always having on. I'm just rocking with some schoolwork.
Yeah.
Listen to some stuff in the back. It's perfect. So I think it comes out tomorrow on Wednesdays. So.
Yeah, man. But see, I'm thinking about that primetime record. I was really looking forward to like going into the primetime games this year and like winning those games, because primetime games is where you get respect. You really get respect from the rest of the league, you know? And I feel like we just kind of crapped our pants too many times in primetime games, and I'm just tired of it.
But we won every primetime game in 2019, then lost the one that mattered, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of give or take. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of cool with winning the playoff games and losing a couple of primetime games, but 3 and 4, we won the playoff game though, so I'm cool with that. But we got disrespected on some of the primetime games. Yeah. But we did disrespect the Cowboys. We ran all over them, like 300 yards. So.
Oh yeah, we ran wild against them. Make sure you guys go watch that video. Yeah.
Next superlative.
Let's go.
Okay. Unsung hero. Who is that guy coming into the season you may have forgotten about, but he stepped up and made plays this season? For me, number 54, Tyus Bowser.
Yep, I knew it.
Listen. He had picks at such crucial times, and he was a big game player.
Yeah.
Had it against the Steelers that Wednesday game. I think that's the one Ben threw in the end zone, and he ran out, and he was mad about that. Let's see, the Browns game, took it down to the 1 yard line, and then J.K. Dobbins punched it in. And the Titans game, too. It was Patrick Queen absolutely laid out Ryan Tannehill right into Tyus Bowser's hands. And he even made some plays just all around. So I got to go Tyus Bowser.
Tyus Bowser. I really, really do like that take. I love it a lot. But I'm going to have to go with the guy that I talked about last week on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with my guy, Pernell McPhee. I know he's a little bit older, but it's like, listen, man, he's out there balling. He's out there balling. Every time I see him on the field, he's doing something productive, you know? And when he's off the field, he's hyping up his guys. And like, you just can't, like, when you really talk about an unsung hero, this is somebody that nobody really talks about on the Ravens defense, you know? Nobody really talks about him. Same thing with Tyus Bowser, though. Yeah.
Pernell won the 2012 Super Bowl. I think McPhee and Jimmy Smith is what it means to play like a Raven. And only Ravens fans understand that, you know. McPhee went to the Bears. I think he went to a different team. I want to say the then Redskins too, I think. I'm not too sure. And he came back. He got hurt when he was here, but he was one of our only good pass rushers in 2019 before he got hurt. Comes back, and I love having him in the locker room because he knows what it means to win for this franchise. And I hope we re-sign him again. That's a great pick, honestly. Pernell McPhee.
In Graven Videos, he says, are we talking about unsung hero for last season or this upcoming season? We're talking about last season, 2020. This is 2020 superlatives, 2020 season superlatives.
I see a bunch of people agreeing with you. Our guy Ramey, I see. I see our boy Michael, the Hawks fan, Jihad Ward. I got to agree. I think you got to re-sign Jihad Ward, too. He stepped up, and I know he got in the doghouse of John Harbaugh, but he worked his way out of it, and he stepped up.
How did he get in that doghouse? Jog my memory.
Probably posting something on social media, I think. Probably. I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah, if you guys know the whole doghouse situation with Jihad Ward, let us know in the chat, because I actually forgot what that guy did. But I also see some people saying Bradley Bozeman as well. Bozeman was good. I like that. I think
let's have a talk real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's say Creed Humphrey's taken in the first round. Do we take a lineman and maybe convert Bozeman to his center position, which he played at Alabama? Or do we keep him where he is? I mean, I saw that floating around. Why don't we try it out? I think just keep him where he's at. I mean, just with the whole center situation, I don't want him to I don't want his confidence to get lowered. I think he's perfect where he's at.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was brought up. I don't know what anybody else thinks about that.
I mean, I really think that I agree with you. We should keep him in the same spot. I really don't want too much more shuffling around on the offensive line than we need to. You know what I mean? Like, if a guy starts to perform well in one spot, keep him there. You know what I mean? And just bring somebody else in. You know, I'm sure we'll have somebody brand new at that center spot. Hopefully they can get off the snaps way better than the likes of Skura and even at some points Makari as well. But yeah, Definitely, I agree. Like a spiritual dub says, keep Bozeman where he is at. Robbie Reddifer says the same thing. Shout out to all you guys watching right now. We got about 50 people watching. Thank you guys so much for coming through and watching live. This is episode 26 of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you like the video. That thumbs up button is right below us here.
And the
Go and check it
button.
out. And the subscribe button is right next to it.
I mean, maybe we pick up Alex Mack and free agent. Hey, maybe we get a center.
I was hearing about that. Yeah,
maybe.
I was hearing about that.
Okay, my last.
Real quick. Okay. Ramey, he says, I had some dude tell me the center position was more important than left tackle. Thoughts?
You know, my guy, Sutton Def, great man, smart man. First time I ever heard this. Who touches the ball every single offensive play, no matter what? Who touches it? The center. Yeah. And ever since you said that, it's lived in my head rent free. I'm like, wow, yeah, the center is very, very important, and we saw it. Even Ryan Jensen had a bad snap in the Super Bowl that Tom Brady was able to get. If not, that changes the game. Come on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, and when you put it like that, I mean, I appreciate you for bringing that back up. Like the center position, it is more important than left tackle. And Engraven Viz says, "Is that Hoodie Ramey?" Yes, that actually is Hoodie Ramey. Our guy Ravens fan from Twitter. Shout out to him. He says, but. Yeah, like he says somebody told him that center was more important than left tackle. I agree with my guy Alex here. Only because, like I said before, every single play, the center has to touch the football. And the left tackle is basically for the blind side. But the left tackle can only protect the blind side if the quarterback has the ball. If he received the ball successfully from who? The center. So with that being said, I'm going to definitely have to go with the center being the more important position.
And I see what a guy Cam Neal said. It's actually perfect. He says center is more important than it was more important. The left tackle is the most valued, 100%. Right. So, I mean, I think it's probably a 1 and 2 at that point. You know, I mean, but if you have maybe a left-handed quarterback like a Michael Vick, the right tackle is important too. You know, it depends who the quarterback is, but just some of the snaps we saw, like Lamar had to make some of the best catches we saw, like one-handed catches all the way up here.
Right.
So. Can we just get an all-pro center, please? We have an all-pro left tackle. Can we just make it easy?
It's just you gotta make it as easy as possible for Lamar. You know, like don't have him like if it's a passing play, you already know there's gonna be pressure on him. Don't have him, you know, jumping up this and that way to even catch the ball to start the play to have a chance. You know, it's not what's gonna work at all. So, like I said, definitely agree with our guy Cam Neal there.
Last one, the best front office move. I'm kind of torn up between two, and actually will help me bring in a little bit of news. Either the Monstar signing, getting Derek Wolfe and Calais Campbell, or re-signing Jimmy Smith. While on the topic of Jimmy Smith, there's some news that came out. He was actually robbed at gunpoint, I believe, last week. Yeah, they followed him from LAX and then robbed him, which is I just hope he's all good, him and his family. I mean, that has to be pretty traumatic. So, you know, prayers up to him. Thankfully, he's all right. But I'm going to go either to Jimmy Smith. I mean, and we re-signed him again, and he's such a crucial part of that secondary. I mean, we put him on A.J. Brown, and he shut him down second half. I just couldn't pick what was best.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's going to be the Monstars, right? I mean, I also say this. Every football game is won or lost in the trenches, you know? So just having the Monstars down there, just as that defensive front, to stuff the run, you know, to get after the quarterback, which I also think we need to get a little bit better at. But I think that was the best move, man. That was the best move assembled by EDC. Other than that, like you said, the Jimmy Smith signing, that was really good. I like the fact that we paid Humphrey. You know, we locked him up. We also locked up Stanley. Yeah. I like both of those moves. You know, even though Stanley got hurt right afterwards, but you know, I'm sure he's on track to come back healthy next season. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Monstars.
I see a lot in here. Cutting Earl Thomas. That definitely. I got to agree with that one too. I mean, you can't get mad at that one. I remember like the whole sequence, like the whole summer was so weird. Like the news that came out with him with TMZ, and then the fights and training camp. And I remember what I loved about the Ravens. After we cut him, it was like the next press release or the press conference. They had Deshaun Elliott do his first ever press conference. I love that. Like, they had like the next man up. So that was pretty cool. I mean, that definitely has to be top 3. I think that was a really, really good move because like I said in the after we won the game against the Titans, would Earl Thomas make that play against Jonnu Smith on 3rd and 1? Go full speed, meet
No,
him at the ball. He's not
no,
making that play.
no. He would have slowed up like 5 or 6 yards out, tried to square him up, and then try to get his arms around him, and he would have got stiff armed to hell again. So, yeah. Yep. But anyways, we got the Rain Gang in here. Yeah, they're basically agreeing. Cut Earl Thomas. KLA Sports says getting J.K. Dobbins in round 2.
That's true.
A lot of people didn't like that move, including you, right?
Yeah. I didn't like it. Not like it, but I was wrong. Yeah. And I'm glad I was wrong because that's what a pick. What a
pick, man. Because he was one of the best running backs coming out of that class. I believe the top ranked one was DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. It was.
But J.K. Dobbins, man. Yeah.
I was watching some old draft from last year, like draft coverage. Like I can see DeAndre Swift being a top 15 pick. I'm like looking at that now, it just seems so weird.
Right.
But he fell to the Lions. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the first running back taken by the Chiefs at 32, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. Tyler Sugar, he follows that up by saying moving J.K. to running back 1. Another good one. One. Chris Hall says, "What up, family? What up, Chris? Thank you for coming through." Everybody, I see some of you guys are saying that you trickled in late. We appreciate all of you guys for coming through and rocking out with us on this episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Was that your last superlative, or did you have one more?
That was my 3.
Oh, okay.
I think that was fun. That was really just a nice little trip down memory lane of the 2020 Ravens season.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that was our 2020 season superlatives. Let me go ahead and remember this time. Cool. So, guys, what we're going to get into next is a question that I actually posed to my guy Simply the other day.
Okay.
And we're not going to talk about, people that aren't on the Ravens. We're not going to talk about potential people that we can draft, stuff like that. We're going to talk about the current Ravens roster as it is right now.
Ooh.
Give me 3 players that the Ravens absolutely need to step up next season, in order for us to be successful. Give me 3 players. And so Alex, I'm going to start with you.
We're talking under contract.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be Jalen Ferguson, one of them.
Okay.
I mean, he was given his chance. I mean, maybe he's being played out of position, but he was getting the starts over Jihad Ward. And looking at it now, like, why wasn't Jihad Ward playing? Because when Jihad Ward played, he made his impact known. So I think Jalen Ferguson, I mean, this is a big year 3 for him. If he doesn't show anything in training camp, I think he definitely could be cut. He definitely might be on the bubble. You agree with that? I expected so much more out of him coming out of college.
So, I mean, I don't necessarily agree, only because, like, I'm saying, like, these players are players, when I say, like, step up, like, they're going to become, like, a crucial, like, they're going to be playing a vital role in our success next season. Not necessarily just Jalen Ferguson playing a little bit better than he was, but I'm saying, like, in this, I'm just going to kind of start off mine here. Patrick Queen.
Okay.
I think that he needs to take a huge step. Listen, we drafted him in the 1st round. Okay. We need him to be that instinct linebacker who's flying all around the field like he was at LSU, and just making plays. And he really didn't do that for the greater part of the season. He did have some good plays. And a pretty decent rookie year. But I think that, as the starting linebacker, we're going to need him to be able to, fill those gaps on defense when, there's run stuffs and run plays and stuff like that. And then also be able to cover as well in zone coverage. And that's something that he really struggled with in this past season. So Patrick Queen would be one that I would probably pick to be, if we're going to be really, really good, like contenders next season, linebacker play is one of the most important parts of that. And, of course, Patrick Queen is our linebacker 1, so I've got him there. But who else do you have?
I'm going to stick with my Jalen Ferguson pick, honestly. I'm going to stick with it because who do we have under contract that is an edge rusher next year? Like, I don't know. That's my thing. Like, he needs to step up. We need somebody to just start getting some sacks. And I'm going to stick with that. My second one, though, J.K. Dobbins' hands. All right? I'm not saying him as a runner, but out the backfield. He had a couple of drop balls last year, and they were crucial. I think that Bills game, Lamar extended the play for like 10 seconds. He was just running around, and
Yeah.
it was a third down. And he just beautiful pass to J.K. Dobbins. He drops it, just drops it. Had to drop against the Eagles, I believe, the Washington football team, and I believe the Steelers game as well. So he has some crucial drops. I want to see his hands make him an all-around back, like we have seen Gus Edwards do last year. Gus called down the backfield and got some yards. So I'm gonna go J.K. Dobbins' hands, not his running, his hands, because I think if we can get him involved in the passing game, like if you want to respect the run, okay, but if he can catch out the backfield, that's so many more opportunities for this offense. I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Okay. I really like that. I really like that. My next one is going to be somebody that you might not expect this one. You might not expect this one, but I feel like he's going to have a more crucial role in next year's offense, and that's going to be my guy, or our guy, Devin Duvernay. I'm going to go Devin Duvernay. And here's my reasoning.
Okay.
We have a slot receiver now in Willie Snead, who it's probably looking like we're not going to retain him going into next season. That's what it's just looking like right now, you know? And yeah, we can shed a tear for that because Willie Snead had some really, really good moments.
Dog.
Dog. He had some clutch moments in some big games. So shout out to Willie Snead and everything he's done for this organization. But I think he's out. And Devin Duvernay, I think, is going to fill that spot. And if he's going to, take more reps with the offense and be more involved in the passing game, we need him to be just as reliable, if not more reliable, more explosive, which we know he can be, than Willie Snead was. So,
and we don't want to see him just used on jet sweeps, please.
Yeah.
We get it. He's great with jet sweeps, but can we see more of him?
Yeah. Yeah. 2K Crossover 21 says, I think Duvernay is just a special teamer and a good player for the reverses. No. Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
No, he is not.
Do that.
He is not. He is not. He made a crucial 30-yard catch when we were driving on the Steelers, and we needed it at home, that first Steelers game. I was making his highlights. I remember. I'm like, wow, like he was a spark at points. He got us back in that Chiefs game, helped us get back in that Steelers game. Even the Eagles game, he had some pretty clutch catches and a great third down. It was a jet sweep. So we need to utilize him more. I'm going to say it and keep saying it until it happens. I honestly think like that is a receiver that we drafted that has some potential that teams can be scared of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see a couple of people in the chat right now saying, oh, Ramey says Mark Andrews needs to be better. How could we forget? Moneyman also says the same. Mark Andrews in big games. Yeah.
That was my third. That was my number 3.
That was number 3?
I love me some Mark Andrews. I do.
Talk about it.
I do. But I get he's double and triple teamed. But when you are open and the ball touches both your hands and you drop it.
Talk about it.
What is going on? And I'm probably too overcritical because I just saw every single drop that he had. I believe Saturday when I made the video. Terrible. And what honestly made me even madder was that thumbnail I got from the Ravens website. And that catch, they said Mark Andrews completing this catch. He didn't complete that catch. He dropped that catch. I'm like, don't you give us that BS. It was a drop. It hit both of his hands like that. Went right through him. And like I said, that play helps us get in a field goal range. I think it's 13-10. And, that Titans game, I get it was a great play by Kevin Byard, but you know who makes that catch? Travis Kelce. You know who makes that catch? George Kittle. You know who makes that catch? Darren Waller. Hell, you know who makes that catch? Robert Tonyan. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Mark Andrews. Got to be better. We need you to show up in this big game player. Big-time players make big-time plays when it matters.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't have Mark Andrews in big games, like if he's not showing up, I don't really think we have much of a chance, because Lamar, we already know that Mandrews is his favorite target, and like you said, sometimes he is double and triple teamed. But when he is open and Lamar does find him open, you got to make the most out of those opportunities. And I understand nobody's perfect, but that is something that we would like to see, or we would love as Ravens fans to see him improve upon next season. It's those drops, man. Got to clean up those drops. Got to.
You have to. And this might go overlooked, but the past 2 Super Bowls, the team that had the tight end produce more won. Kelce outperformed Kittle. They won. Gronk outperformed Kelce. They won. Tight ends are so crucial and just so, like your brand says, overlooked and underrated, I believe. So I think he needs to step up if we want to make that jump, maybe get to the AFC Championship, hopefully get to the end goal, that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Mandrews is definitely another one. If I had to give an honorable mention, I would say, okay, yeah, Mandrews. But if I have to say my last
Uh-oh.
one, it's gonna be in, this may seem obvious, but I'm gonna go with our quarterback, man. I'm gonna go
Okay.
with our quarterback.
Okay.
This guy right here, Lamar Jackson. I
In
think
the
he has to
flesh.
take a huge step up. He's got to take a huge step up. I understand, he really doesn't have all the receiving core that all these other quarterbacks have, but it's just like, hey, man, sometimes he does miss throws. Sometimes he does get jittery. Sometimes he does, try to be Superman. Sometimes he's just not making the right decisions. And that's just something that I feel like naturally, as you get older and as you get more seasoned in the NFL, you get more of those things. You develop those things, that mental side of the game. Also just being able to, read defenses on passing downs and stuff like that and just make those plays. Lamar Jackson has been great for us. I'm not saying anything less. He's done anything less than that. I'm not saying that. But, in order for us to succeed, we're going to need to see improvement from him. You can see it in the Bills game, the
Oh yeah.
playoff game. Like, he did not play his best game of football. He just did not. He didn't have the same type of performance like he did against the Titans in that loss last year in the playoffs, where he still accounted for half 1,000 yards.
They
Really
forget
didn't
about
do
that.
that.
But they
Exactly.
praised Mahomes for the Super Bowl. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's be even.
So, like I said, man, I think, and of course, it starts and ends with your quarterback. You need him to be on another level in order to be able to win a championship in this league. And you see
Yeah.
the quarterbacks who are doing it. You see the Tom Brady's. You see the Patrick Mahomes. Those guys are on another level, not only with their skill, but also up here as well.
Yep.
Mahomes said he didn't learn how to read defenses until after last season. So not this past season, but no, he said halfway through the past season, like
Yeah.
not the season before last, right?
And yeah, their Super Bowl season, and what helped,
Right.
I think he hurt his kneecap and he was out for a couple of games. He's on the sideline. I mean, it's different being on the sideline as a rookie and not playing compared to being a starter. Watching your backup in there, you're getting to read what they're doing. You got that surface, you're watching it, you're seeing it. So I mean, that definitely helped him a lot. And then you saw he just turned it up. I mean, in the playoffs, you go down 24-0 and come back like it's nothing.
Right.
That actually brings me up to a great point. Shout out to my guy Ramey because he actually brought this on my feed. And a big not shout out to this guy, Underdog Sports 4. Because, bro, as Stephen A. Smith says, stay off the weed. Because he puts out a tweet quoting PFF. PFF said, get Lamar Jackson a number one. And this guy says, Lamar Jackson has weapons. He doesn't let them shine. So-called NFL analyst. What?
He doesn't let them shine.
Bro. 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 No.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him to name them. Crickets. Where are they? I just want to know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. And that kind of leads us into this video that you had sent me before the show. There's been a lot of talks about, Lamar's receivers and drop passes and this and that. So, a couple of days ago, a new statistic came out about Lamar Jackson, basically saying that on 7.5% of Lamar Jackson's passes in 2020, they were dropped. 7.5% of his passes were dropped in the 2020 season. That kind of sent Twitter into a frenzy, Ravens Twitter to be specific.
He was trending. Lamar Jackson was trending on Twitter.
He was trending. Yeah, I opened up my
day.
Twitter app and he does. I saw him trending. I was like, why is Lamar Jackson trending? So, I immediately had to look into it and I found out that this stat was, it came out. So I want to get your opinion on it, Alex. I want to get the whole Rain Gang's opinion. What do you guys think? What do you guys make of the stat coming out that Lamar Jackson actually had his passes dropped on 7.5% of his attempts? And that's actually more than any other quarterback. So what do you guys think about that?
Oh, it hurts. I mean, that's what gave me the idea. That was a quick 2-minute video. I was like, you know what? Let me go through each game and just give you the replays, 2 of them, because that wasn't every pass. It was a lot of them. I even included plays. I counted a drop as, if it hits both your hands and you drop it. I'm not going to count hits one of your hands, but it was, yeah. Here's the video. Hopefully we don't get taken down for copyright because we have been before. But
Right.
there's one hits Andrews literally right in the hands. There's one of three of
Hollywood.
Marquise Brown's drops. It was this. This was arguably, I think, Lamar's best pass of the year. This was beautiful
That was a good throw.
and just that hurt. This one too.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Right.
so many, and like our guy Engraven Video said, he actually said this in his video. So many like what if opportunities when you watch these. It's just like you see these drops, and it's like, okay, what if he did catch that? How would that
Like,
game would have gone? Exactly.
And a lot of these drops, that's when we if you're new to this stream, we actually had a running joke: is it Marquise or Hollywood this week? Because when we first started, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown was going through these just bad drop problems, and he was Marquise for the longest of time. He earned the name Hollywood back after that game against the Browns, but there were just so many drops. This thing just hurts.
Yeah, it was bad. It was very, very painful to watch. And it kind of like in its totality, because those moments for us as Ravens fans, they were broken up throughout the season. So it's like one happened here, a couple happened there, but just seeing them all together in one video, it's just like, oh my goodness, like our season really could have been. It could have been a lot better, or we could have won some more games if we would have converted on some of those passes. But hey, like I said, nobody's perfect. Drops happen. It's the NFL. It's football. That's kind of what it is. But hopefully we can clean up some of those drops. But talking about Lamar Jackson and 7.5% of his passes being dropped, like, I mean, I gotta ask again, what do you make of it? Because what I make of it is this: Lamar Jackson. He had the least amount of passing attempts, second to least, only behind Cam Newton, who had about 10 less than he did. So with that being said, like the numbers are kind of skewed a little bit, right? Because I mean, he's only throwing the ball. He's throwing the ball like on average, I think around 100 or 200 or sometimes even like close to 250 times less than a lot of these other quarterbacks. So it's like those percentages are going to be very off. So if he's throwing the ball a lot less, then he's going to have a smaller sample size. So I feel like that percentage can kind of be thrown off. So I didn't really make too much of it, other than the fact that, okay, we still do need to go out and get wide receivers,
So it's kind of like we are not a passing team, but when we pass, can we be efficient? And we weren't. That's why I saw it's like, it's not like it was, there were bad throws. we're not going to sit here and make excuses for anybody. There were bad throws, but there were also bad drops. And that's what kind of threw me off. It's like, we're not a passing team, so we have to be, just get it done. When we passed the ball, we weren't. And we were just, it was hard to watch. That video is still hard to watch. It's just, it sucks that it had to be said, but it was said. There's a problem with the receivers in Baltimore. Let's hope they get better in 2021.
Yeah, and it's like all of this the social media, and you gotta love it, right? Like the fans and how we can kind of all come together and push not a narrative, but just like a subject or a topic or just of something of concern, to the Ravens fans, because the Ravens fans, they study this team very, very closely, as does any NFL team fans. They study their team very, very closely, and we like to think that we can kind of see the issues because we watch the team every day, not every day, but every Sunday during football season from the box, nice box view when we're watching on TV. So we get to see the whole play, every play, just like the GMs and all the guys in the front office at the Ravens. And we're not saying, of course, that we know better than them, because we don't, but there are like some blatant, issues and stuff like that. And one of those is the receiving core, and the drops just kind of re-spark that whole flame. So it's really cool to think that, like, because you gotta think DaCosta, somebody up in that front office has to know about, has to see it.
Yeah, think so. That's why we signed Des Bryant, I think. Yeah, they knew there was an issue.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting offseason. Like I said, I mean, we haven't even hit free agency yet, so I'm looking forward to see what we do. I know we're gonna make that splash signing. It's gonna happen. I don't know who it's gonna be though. And I'm looking forward to it.
I see some Allen Robinson talk in the chat. Moneyman says Allen Robinson, he had 417 targets and only 6 drops. Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
And our guy Hemo Force says Allen Robinson should come to Baltimore and win a championship with us.
Why not?
You guys are loving that Allen Robinson, man. And of course, he also said he wanted to win a ring on Twitter. He might want to take a pay cut to come to the Ravens, says Money Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Can't stop G. He says, Who's y'all edge number one?" Our number one edge rusher as of right now. I
Yeah.
mean, it's got to be Matthew Judon.
Yeah. I
I
would
mean,
think so.
but I don't think he's
June on
going to
it
be
ain't coming.
back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
depending how much he wants, and I think that's the whole money thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna get into it in the rumor report. Don't worry, we have quotes for
Yeah.
you.
We do. That we do. But yeah. Y Jumper says, "It makes me angry knowing that our wide receivers are not making plays and Lamar gets all the hate." It's true. It's true. Like, you don't really ever see on these sports shows and big name analysts and stuff like that, when the Ravens have a bad game and the receivers are really struggling and stuff like that, it always falls back on Lamar, which I get to a certain extent. He's the quarterback, but it's like you got to really look a little bit deeper. You got to look a little bit deeper sometimes and see really what was going on. Like, anybody who knows and watches football, they know that the Super Bowl loss for the Chiefs wasn't Patrick Mahomes' fault, you
No.
know. But I feel like a lot of analysts and stuff like that, they don't really, they look past all of that and they say, okay, who
It was
lost? Oh, the
clicks.
Ravens. Who's on the Ravens? Lamar Jackson. So Lamar
It
Jackson
was
probably didn't
clicks.
play well, so we're gonna go ahead and bash him. We're not gonna talk about get into how Willie Snead didn't catch this pass or how Devin Duvernay did. They're not gonna
Yeah,
talk about all that. They're not gonna waste their time with that. It's irrelevant. So, but yeah, man, it is crazy. Y Jumper, how he gets all the hate even after his team doesn't really show up for him sometimes. But yeah.
So we were asked by our guy Ramy, did we see Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft that came out today? Did you, by any chance?
I actually did not. I did not see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I saw it. He has us taking Trayvon Moehrig, safety
Safety.
from TCU. He's saying we have other needs to address, but the reason we're so successful is because we draft the best player available. In this case, the safety fits the bill, and he joins an extremely talented secondary. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Say it's draft day and we take a safety. I'm probably not so excited about it because I
No.
think we have just glaring needs more than a safety, I think. And
Yeah.
I see the Raiders might cut LaMarcus Joyner. So, I mean, there's going to be safeties available in this free agency. I mean, we have J-Ron Kerr still. Or we can maybe pick him back up on a cheap one-year deal. I don't think getting a first-round pick on a safety is probably what's best for the team right now. I mean, you let me know what you think.
No, man. I mean, I totally agree. Like, safety, and we just got done singing Deshaun Elliott's praises. Like, he played really, really well this past season, especially for coming off of being injury plagued for so long. So like you said, there's more glaring issues than safety on our roster right now. So I would much rather see offensive line, maybe cornerback even, for some more depth there. And we really don't have all that much depth at safety right now, but I just feel like it wouldn't do it for me. It wouldn't do it for me if we got safety in the first round. If we did that, if we were to go that route, then I would expect a lot more moves in free agency and more trading, more deals and stuff like that from Eric DeCosta to get the guys that we really need.
And we can draft safeties in the later rounds. I mean, we got Deshaun Elliott and Chuck Clark, I think, both in the 6th round. And what makes me mad is that we let Geno Smith go. We got him in the 7th round last year, who was a projected 2nd-round talent. So I'm still mad we let him go because I still think he's going to be a star in this league. Yeah, I think safety is it's like us picking corners in the late rounds. I mean, they're going to be solid because that's how we develop them. I mean, we had Anthony Averett. As much as Ravens fans like to trash him, I have tons of faith in him. I think he'll be great. So yeah, I'm not rocking with the safety in the first round. I don't like that.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Not fans of that. Ryan says, "What's up, Rain Gang?" What's up, Ryan? Appreciate you for coming through. Jonathan Washington Jr., he brings up a question here. He says, "Do you think the Ravens would double down on wide receivers by trading Orlando Brown to the Jags for first and DJ Chark, then sign one of the free agent wide receivers, whether it's A-Rob or someone else?" Ooh, I don't know about doubling down. Like, imagine we get DJ Chark and Allen Robinson. I mean, that's kind of like retooling our whole receiving core right there, isn't it?
I mean, I'm still on the DJ Chark train. I'm on that.
Choo choo.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm on the DJ Chark train. I don't think we're gonna completely revitalize our receiving
Receiving
core
core.
like we did in 2018. We signed Crabtree, John Brown, and Snead. That's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. I think we're gonna get one more person. I think because it's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
No.
We just got to get the right guys in, which hopefully we got with the receiving coach and the pass game coordinator, and hopefully we get one more guy to just bring some dog in there.
Yeah. Let's see. We had another question in here by our guy Moneyman. He says, "How far do you think the Ravens go if they signed Antonio Brown instead of during the season? Super Bowl? Nah, I don't think Super
so.
Bowl. We're not a pass first team. That's the thing. We're not going to be slinging it all around to AB just because we have him. You know, he's kind of going to be like more of a decoy than anything if you really think about it. You know, so hope he can block. You know, if he can block, shoot, cool.
Yeah, if you can block it, welcome to the Ravens. But
Yep.
yeah, I don't think it changes what happened. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into the questions or the rumor report? It's up to you.
I see we already have questions flowing in here, so let's do questions and then we'll do rumor report.
You know what the deal is. Any question.
Any question, guys.
It could be, what are you drinking? What did you eat?
Yeah.
What are you watching? What do what's your life? I don't know. Ask any question. We're here.
Yeah.
We'll answer it.
Favorite TV show, favorite movie, food. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to know about Simply and I, or whatever you guys want us to answer about football, whether it be about music, whether it be about life, whether it be about this, that, it doesn't matter, so just let us know in the live chat section, also in the comment section as well. If you're watching this video after the fact, you're watching the live replay, first of all, hi. We appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, we appreciate you for coming through and watching episode 26 of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you hit the like button. Smash that like button, guys. If you just got in here, if you've been in here for a while and you just haven't hit the like yet, haven't really decided, make that decision now. Are you going to hit it or not? We appreciate all of you guys who do hit that like button, though, but also hit that subscription button as well. Like he's pointing at a subscription button. If you guys want to see more Purple Rain podcast content, also just more Ravens coverage in general, you can follow us on Instagram too at the Purple Rain podcast. And also, like my guy Alex said, be on the lookout for some merch coming soon. Ooh, look at that. We're getting close to 100 followers on there, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow us on the Purple Rain Podcast Instagram. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into you guys' questions for the night. I'm gonna scroll up here.
60 people in here. 60 people. So thank you to every single one of you. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, 47 likes. Let's try to get to 50 likes. 50 thumbs up. Come on, 50. Three more.
Yeah, we can get there. We can make it. All right, let's see what we have in here for questions. GMN Stretch says hashtag Rain Gang.
Forever and always. Rain Gang
forever. For lifers. All right, let's see. Void says, should we trade Orlando Brown for a first, DJ Chark and Josh Allen?
Whoa, that's a lot.
That's a whole lot. Should we do that? That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
I'm cool with a first DJ Chark and a third or a fourth. If we got Josh Allen too, I'm streaking. All right, that's a fleece in itself.
That is a W.
That solves so many. That edge rusher, it solves that. And we can sign some guys that can help him out, but that would be huge. But if we can get it, yeah. But I don't see the Jaguars offering that, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither. Jaybird says, I got to know how y'all feel about Kane. I think would be better than most think.
I hope, but will we utilize him? That's my biggest issue, and I don't think we will. I mean, I'd rather see Prochet and Duvernay get more snaps than Kane. I'm sorry.
Honestly.
That's how I feel.
Let's develop some wide receivers, dang it.
Come on.
Let's just get somebody, let's draft them, and let's develop them throughout the years and turn them into a star wide receiver. Why can't we do that? Our sister franchise over in Pittsburgh, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. Even the Browns are getting better at it. It's just like, come on, man. Come on.
No.
The Browns, bro. The Browns. It's ridiculous. Like, Deion King, I'm sorry, but he can kick rocks for all I care. I want, like you said, man. Like you said. I mean, listen, we already know we're not a passing team. So it's like depth in the receiving core. We already know we're not going to be utilizing our main guys throughout the game for the most part anyway. So it's like these depth guys, and I appreciate him from, for coming on the roster, being healthy, being professional, all things like that. But it's just like, and I'm not saying anything of ill will towards Deion King, but like you said, I would much rather see guys that we drafted, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet. I would like to see them get the opportunities. You know what I mean? And then, of course, Deion Kane, he'll be a healthy backup. That'll be great.
Maybe he takes Chris Moore's spot and
Maybe.
special teams. Maybe.
Yeah. Let's see. Jonathan Washington Jr. says, "What is everybody's favorite cereal?"
I hate cereal. I don't eat it. I don't
Really?
eat it.
Why do you hate cereal?
I've never liked any kind of cereal I've ever ate. Just don't like it. I'm more
Not
of a
fan?
bagel guy for the breakfast. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even like
my
regular
favorite-
milk, to be honest. I like chocolate
kind of
milk,
milk?
vanilla milk is fire. Regular milk, I don't like it. But any other type of milk I like.
Did you say vanilla milk?
I love vanilla milk. It's so good.
I don't know why I feel like milk and vanilla milk is the same thing.
It's not, bro. It's not. It's not. It is not.
But no, I mean, my favorite cereal would definitely have to be, I'm gonna go Lucky Charms. I kind of grew up eating them. They come with the marshmallows in them. Those are the best part. They're so sweet, full of flavor and stuff like that. But I don't really eat cereal anymore. Like in my adult years, like I just really don't. I don't even have the time to that often anymore, because you can really only eat it in the morning. Some people have it as like a midnight snack. I used to do that every now and then. But yeah, I'll probably have to go with Lucky Charms. That was my favorite.
Okay.
But appreciate that comment, though, that question rather, from Jonathan Washington Jr. You guys keep the questions flowing through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
JPrime235_, he says, "How was you guys' day today?" Thank you. First of all,
how was yours? How was
your day? Yeah, tell us how your day was. But I mean, my day, just real quick, was cool. I was off work today. I got some stuff that I want to do, that I want to get done, and I got those things done. I was playing Warzone a little bit, got a W in Warzone. Okay. My guy Alex ducked me in the Madden today. He ducked me in the Madden. Cat's out the bag. You guys can go on Twitter, look at the receipts. He said he was going to play me after he got done playing his Ultimate Team game.
Listen, you see
and he
that?
never hit me up.
I don't have an L2 right now. It's broken.
Oh, it's broke? What happened to it?
Come on, squads. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay, I gotcha. But how was your day, bro?
It was good. Thankfully I have off of classes today, but I am back to classes tomorrow, and I can't wait to be sitting right here in class learning instead of talking my favorite football. I just love classes so much. I just had homework to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to get some Warzone in after this. We'll see.
Okay.
If I press down hard enough, L2 works. So.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can play Warzone with a broken L2. How you gonna aim, bro? You can't aim.
My aim is already nice as it is. I don't need no L2.
Okay. All from the hip. All right. Let's see. Hemo4, he says, "Do you guys like Cheetos?" Every now and then.
Flaming hot. Yes.
Only the flaming hot ones.
Yes.
The regular ones, no, absolutely not.
Really?
But the flaming hot, yeah, I don't like the regular ones. I like the flaming hot ones. Those are pretty cool.
I mean, or the flaming lime ones too are fire too.
Yeah. Let's see. KLA Sports, he says, "Did you guys hear about what Draymond Green said about the NBA's double standards, and do you agree?"
I do.
Alex, you heard about that and you agree?
100%. Little rundown. Basically, the Cavaliers want to trade Andre Drummond, so they're not going to play him. But if a player requests a trade and didn't want to play and gets hurt, like we saw with Earl Thomas with the Seahawks. Remember, he got hurt and they flipped off Pete Carroll. They're calling him all these names. How he's a cancer to the team. There's the double. I mean, I have to agree with him 100%, 100%. And he might not play because I don't know when the NBA trade deadline is. But if they don't find a trade until maybe the deadline day, he's not playing for a couple of weeks. I think I'm not too sure when it is. So
yeah.
I really rock with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in full agreement with you. I am 100%, 110% actually for, player empowerment. I don't think that, yes, these guys are making a lot of money, like a boatload of money, but that does not mean that they should be, constricted or, just not allowed to do anything or not have an opinion, not have feelings, not have a say so in what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like any regular job. Like, if you don't want to be there, then you're going to go. You know what I mean? And nobody can really say like, oh, you're not professional, you're not this, you're not that. Maybe it's just not the right system. It's not the right environment for you. And that's just happens.
Culture.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The culture, that stuff matters. That stuff really, really matters. So for people, like I said, I'm in full agreement with you. But the people who disagree, they say things like, oh, these guys, they make so much money. They need to just, like not talk, like just do everything by the book. And, if you're under contract or unless the organization moves you, just do what you're told, basically. Yeah. And it's like, I don't understand the whole concept of not sympathizing with people just because they're in a higher tax bracket than you are. At the end of the day, everybody has feelings. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody should have a say so in what they're doing in their own life. You know what I mean? I understand that. Exactly. Yeah, man. Everybody else, they're fans of these teams, of these players. But a lot of time we lose sight that these people are actually people too. So absolutely, KLA Sports. We do agree with that one.
The questions are flowing in. Love it.
Yeah. They are. It's kind of hard to keep up with here. Let me see if I can get back to.
I can read some too. I have some up. If you need me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Let me pull this up. Okay. If y'all were in charge of the halftime show, who would you pick? From our guy Adit. He said, "I know country isn't popular, but I would go with Luke Bryan, Garth Brooks, or Carrie Underwood." So if you had, we've talked about this in one of our early podcasts. It's a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
If you were in charge of the halftime show, who are you picking? You got a blank check.
Oof, man. This is all very. I feel like it's very subjective because we're talking about music, music artists, and like my opinions on it. This is a tough question, Alex.
It is. It is.
Tough question.
I wonder who you could pick. I just wonder.
My favorite artist is Kanye West.
You can tell.
You can see like the artwork on the wall right there. That tells it all. But of course, I don't think that the NFL would put him on that big of a stage. Like, at this point in his career, it's not like he's coming out with hits like today. You know what I mean? Like back to back or whatever. So I probably honestly,
he's keeping Donda from us. We were supposed to get that last year. Or is it at?
Who knows what Kanye West is doing. But I would really like to see, and this might shock some people, but I would like to see Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
If I had to, write a blank check and just give it to somebody and say, hey, you're going to perform at the Super Bowl, I would say Kendrick Lamar. If you've seen Kendrick Lamar's performances, he does a very good job of performing. The concepts that he has in his performances are very intricate, very well thought out, and very well executed. Also, of course, he's an amazing artist. And, that's another thing that's subjective. But he's worldwide, known for being a really good artist and specifically a really good rapper. So if I had to, pick somebody, I'd probably go Kendrick.
Is there any question who I'm going to say? There's really not.
We already know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we already know. You're picking Travis Scott all the way to perform at the Super Bowl, which is not a bad pick at all. Like, I wouldn't mind if, Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott, they perform together. Yeah, they have a song together. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't they do that? That'd be dope. Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar.
My issue is that people are going to say, oh, he performed at the one with Maroon 5, that trash ass performance. They had the sicko mode. Didn't even give him his auto-tune mic, number one. Like, that doesn't count as Super Bowl for me. That was like a minute. That never happened. That's getting right out of my mind.
Yeah. Let's see. Raimi says Post Malone. Post Malone's not a bad one, honestly.
I think he definitely fits the bill for what they would have, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider him rap. I consider him more of like a pop-ish rap.
Right.
And definitely, his music is mainstream, so I can definitely see it happening.
Yeah. Robbie Reddifer says Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift might go hard.
If she does it, I want Kanye West in the audience to come up there and take the mic like he did at the VMAs.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I remember that like it was yesterday. It's crazy. But Jonathan Washington Jr. says J. Cole. Can't Stop G says Drake. Devon Johnson, Kanye. Yeah. Tyler Sugar says, "Bring Bruno Mars back." Bruno Mars, listen, I'm gonna go on the record and say this now. I'm a big Bruno Mars fan. I think he is an amazing artist. He's very talented. He doesn't drop music all that much, but when he does, listen, man, he's coming. He's coming with some hits. So I like that pick. I like that pick. But let's see. We have another question here from our guy Click One. He says, "Where does Lamar Jackson rank on your top 10 QBs?" If you don't want to answer, then what's your top 10 QBs in order?
Okay.
Our top 10 QBs.
Okay. Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady.
Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Wilson.
I'm gonna put Russell Wilson. I mean, I don't know how I feel with Russell Wilson. I mean, I feel like I say all the time, he goes off at the beginning of the year, disappears at the end of the year. But I'll put him ahead of him.
Yeah.
Talking right now, I gotta go Josh Allen. If we're talking
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody in front of him at that point. I think maybe 6. Maybe Watson.
I bet it's
6 or 7.
Deshaun.
It's a toss-up. So maybe Watson 6, Lamar 7. I'll go with that.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Definitely
probably
top
say
10. Top 8.
I would play top 8. Top 8 for sure. You might be able to squeeze one other quarterback in there right now as it stands right now, but I would definitely say I would definitely go top 8. So yeah. And if we just kind of had to round out that list, because I see some people are asking for our top 10 quarterbacks list, it would probably be those. It would be those quarterbacks, those 7, and then who would be the last 3 to round it out?
I'm not putting him at 8. But see, no, I can't put Drew Brees in there because I think he's retired. I can't put him in there. Maybe Herbert, top 10. Just one rookie of the year. I mean, I'm talking about this past season.
Ooh.
That's why I put Josh in this past season.
I mean, if you put Herbert up there, you might as well put Baker Mayfield up there.
I mean, Baker played good. He played good.
Yeah.
Who else can I mean, I don't really want to put Stafford up there because I've never been the biggest Stafford fan.
Right.
Stat Padford. Remember?
Padford.
Yeah. No Goff, no Garoppolo.
Yeah.
No, I'm not putting Kyler up there either. Kyler,
No.
they were. I forget who. I think it may have been a guy Ramey, but he said they were one Hail Mary away from being 7-9, which has been stuck in my head. Tannehill. I mean, Tannehill.
I'm about to say some people might say Tannehill.
You can't put Tua on there. I don't know. I mean, the top is so hard to debate compared to the bottom. The bottom's like,
Yeah.
who's like the worst of the worst.
Let's see. All right. I really don't know who you would round out at those spots. I mean, I guess you would have to throw like a Drew Brees in there. I know we're missing a couple quarterbacks. We're only like 2 weeks removed from the NFL season.
Yeah.
I'm already forgetting like the top 10 quarterbacks. I'm just so locked in on what the Ravens are going to be able to do next season. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next question here, just for time's sake. Let's see. Jonathan Washington Jr., he says, Isaiah McKenzie from Buffalo, I think, will be a free agent. Would you consider adding him on the team to be a punt and kick returner instead of having Duvernay and Prochet back to receive them?
I like Duvernay back there. I think
Yeah.
he led the league in kick return. And I mean, Prochet, he was only back there on punt return because he has the best hands on the team. I mean, I'm cool with that. Didn't muff it. I'm not going to get mad at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I absolutely agree. I like our guys, our younger guys. I want them to develop. Tyler Sugared, he says, do you think we'll get more than just picks for Orlando? I think we will.
I hope we do. But I can see just picks probably. But, hey, Jacksonville, we went DJ Chark.
Choo choo. Yep.
Sir.
You guys already know, man. All right, let's see what other questions we have in here. We'll take a couple more from you guys. Yeah, what's up?
From Ryan, he has, who's our baseball team? I don't think you don't watch baseball, right?
I do not watch baseball on the regular, no, but I do have a baseball team. It's definitely going to be the Baltimore Orioles, you know? That was the first baseball game I went to as a kid. I know they're not like, like the best, but I'm an Orioles guy.
I am a huge Orioles guy as well.
Yeah.
It's funny you say they're not the best because they have a 0.0% chance of making the playoffs this year. So that means I'm actually going to bet $15. So if they make it, I might not be here. Maybe somewhere else, but It's worth a shot at this point.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, especially with no fans too. People like forget about that, especially in the NBA. No fans can make a huge difference, and teams are just doing very, very well. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. What else we have here? Ramey says Herbert top 10?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on who you are, who you're asking. Let me see what else we have. Any questions? I saw one that I really liked. Let's see.
I saw one. Is Ryan Mallett the GOAT?
Ryan Mallett. I'm gonna go no on that.
I gotta go Ravens legend for beating the Steelers when we were like 5-11 that year.
Yeah.
He beat them that year. So for that, he's not as goated as Trace McSorley, but he's up there. He's not on Jimmy Clausen level either. Matt Schaub's at the bottom though. Matt Schaub should never show his face in Baltimore again.
Yeah.
It's on site if we see him.
Let's see. Hemo4 says, do you guys think that I am cool? Hemo,
Hell yeah.
We think you're cool. We think everybody watching live right now is cool. The coolest. The coolest people in the Rain Gang, they actually follow our Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast, and they're subscribed to our channel as well. So make sure you guys go check out the Purple Rain Podcast Instagram, follow that page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The button should be right somewhere on your screen that you're looking at right now. It should be somewhere on your screen. Go ahead and click that button if you're enjoying the content. We just hit 700 subscribers about an hour and a half ago. So we appreciate you guys for that.
708 subs right now.
Ooh, 708. We're pushing towards that 1,000. That 1K, man. We're coming for it.
Come on.
We're coming for it.
No.
Let's see what else we have here. Sorry, guys. These questions are coming in very fast here. Darius, the official, says, what are you guys' opinions on Steph Curry?
Baller. All-star. No doubt.
And Steph Curry's balling this year.
Easy. Speaking of all-star, I'm a Bulls fan. Is Zach LaVine an all-star? Because I think he is. He's been balling out. I
think he is.
He's been doing his thing. I think Bradley Beal is too.
Stats. Oh yeah, Bill's been hooping. He Levine, Curry's averaging 30. It's like yeah.
I saw Julius Randle too from the Knicks. He's been doing his thing as well.
Randle's been good. He's one of those players from that I believe it was the 2016 draft class. If I'm not, the 2015 or 16 draft class. Who a lot of those guys didn't pan out from that draft class, like Jabari Parker, like Andrew Wiggins. But Julius Randle is definitely stepping up. So shout out to him. I definitely think he's all-star potential. Let's see what else we have here, though. But yeah, just opinion on Steph Curry. He's been balling. Like I said, he's averaging 30. He's on pace for a historic season. If you look at his numbers right now, it's just that he does not have the help. Klay Thompson is not there. And James Wiseman, I know they just drafted him with, I believe, the second overall pick. They just don't have enough yet. They need Klay to get back. And when they do get Klay back, they'll be dangerous because Klay is probably one of the best two-way players in the league. Let's see. Moneyman says LeBron or Jordan? I mean, are we talking in terms of greatness? Or are we talking in terms of who's better at basketball? Or I don't know. I mean, if we're talking greatness, I'm taking Jordan all day. He went to the finals 6 times. He won 6 times.
I can't judge 2 different time periods, That's how it is. I can't do that. I mean, my thing is 90s Jordan, 2000s Kobe, 2010s LeBron. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
I mean, after Kobe died, I really stopped, comparing and started appreciating greatness.
Yeah.
That's how it is with soccer too. I don't know if any soccer fans in here, but PSG absolutely smashed Barcelona today, 4-1. Kylian Mbappe hat trick. If you don't know Kylian Mbappe, remember the name. You should.
Kylian Mbappe, yeah, he really broke out at the what was the World Cup?
The World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup a couple years back.
Literally, he was 18 years old, I think. 2018, playing for Monaco. Then he got the big move to PSG, and he's just been balling out so good.
Yeah, man. I mean, of course, I don't follow soccer all that much, but I definitely know Kylian Mbappe, man.
Is Champions League again? Best games. You got to watch Champions League. So good. The best of the best. Tomorrow.
That's the thing, though. I really do like watching soccer.
Yeah. I mean, there's no atmosphere. It sucks. But when there's fans there, oh my, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Especially when they score. It's crazy. Speaking about games with goals, Cal says, do you guys have a hockey team? Yes, actually, I do have a hockey team. I've had the same hockey team since I was a little boy, actually. My hockey team is from the same city as my basketball team. Yes, Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers is my hockey team. I've been with them since like I was a kid. I used to play the old NHL game, EA NHL games. I believe it was.
Yo,
Was it
on the
2K?
Xbox 360? No, it was EA. They were
It was
so
EA.
they were so good.
Yeah.
Hockey games are so much fun. I always rock the
They are.
Blackhawks because I'm a
Yeah.
Bull. But if you're gonna ask me to pick a team, I'm probably gonna go with the Capitals because they're
Okay.
close to me and all my friends like the Capitals, so I'll just rock. But hockey, I need to get a hockey jersey because
Oh,
for
yeah.
weather like this, like it'd be perfect to wear. 'Cause I know where I'm at, we're getting more snow I think on Thursday, so
Yep. Same here.
it might be a snow episode for me on Thursday when we have it.
Right. Let's see. And Graven says, "Whoa, y'all ain't playing. Y'all are still going strong." Yeah, man. You know how we do, man.
Hit us up. We
Well,
we
here,
can
hit
go
us
strong
up.
anywhere. We
Yeah.
Come on, let us know.
Let's do it, man. Let's see. Jonathan Washington Jr. He says, "Simply, you made me like you even more. Bulls Nation. Got to start stacking wins though, and we about to get Lonzo." Oh,
I hope.
I didn't know that.
I mean, so when they played the Pelicans last week. I watched that one. Lonzo was looking good. I mean, I didn't know. I was against Lonzo when he first came in the league because of Lamar and his just talking foolishness. But at this point, I'm like, he got out of the LA spotlight with New Orleans. Well, yeah, with New Orleans doing his thing. So maybe that changes that changes scenery, like we talked about. What Draymond was saying, like sometimes situations isn't good. You know,
Yeah, you're right.
Deshaun
You're right.
Watson.
And sometimes you got to get out of there and be like that. We're going to get into 3 more questions here. I have them lined up, and then we're going to move on to our rumor report. And yeah, Lemon Sharaf, he says, if you would get to choose a wide receiver from the draft, who would it be? Now, for this question here, the wide receivers from the draft, I really want to take a deeper dive, like a much deeper look into those receivers before I would honestly say who I want, because I know we're probably not going to get a receiver until like later on in the draft. So it's not going to be any, the marquee names in the first round or anything like that. So I really got to do a little bit more of research on that. So, but that'll be coming in the later episodes too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we have free agency coming up in a couple of weeks.
So let's see. Click One says, this is a controversial topic. Do you guys think wins/record are a team stat or a QB stat? I definitely think it's a team stat because, there's 11 players on the field at any given time on your side of the football, and all of those players need to perform in order for a team to be successful. So, and get wins. So I'm gonna definitely go with a team stat.
Second that, 100%.
Yeah. So, last question we have here. Our guy Keeping It Real. Shout out to Keeping It Real, rocking out with us for the past hour or so. He says, what do you guys think of the NBA season so far? And who do you think is the MVP frontrunner? Frontrunner right now, if I'm biased as a biased Philly fan, I'm going to say my boy Joel Embiid, man. Okay. He's been balling. By far the best center, best big man in the league. But, there's also been... Bron, people will still say him. Giannis is always up there. KD. Yeah, so yeah, man, we'll see. But who do you think would be like front runner?
I mean, coming off that Achilles injury, I'm gonna go KD. But it's literally anybody's game right now. To be honest, it's still open. Like it's not like it's a runaway.
Yeah,
it's gonna come down to the end. I think Embiid is definitely a shout too. Yeah, especially like a center. I mean, I like that. I'll root for Embiid because I want to see a center win it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, either Embiid or Nikola Jokic from Denver.
True. The Joker. They call him the Joker too.
The Joker. Yeah, he's been
something about that nickname.
Yeah, absolutely. He also brings up the fact that Bradley Beal, Julius Randle, and Zach LaVine have all been balling, like we were saying before. Yeah. But yeah.
I haven't watched this much Bulls since like it was the Jimmy Butler days. Like that's when I really like. Derrick Rose is the reason why I'm a Bulls fan. So 100%. Like I miss watching those like the TNT games with like the Heat, the Big Three against the Bulls and all that. That was fun times. Like 2012 through 2014, 15 was just so much fun for watching basketball for me. Then the Warriors, Cavs, those were fun days too.
But. Yeah. Let's see. Hemo4 says he has to go. He has school tomorrow, so he's gonna see us later. Shout out to you, Hemo4. Thank you for coming through tonight. We're going to wrap up for you guys soon. We just got to get into one more segment for tonight. It's going to be our Rain Gang Rumor Report.
Yes.
We're going to talk about a couple rumors. Our guy Alex is going to bring up some rumors that he has written down for us here. Trade rumors, league rumors, stuff like that. What do you got for us, bro?
So the Athletics NFL staff list the Ravens defensive lineman Calais Campbell defensive tackle Brandon Williams, and linebacker LJ Ford as potential cap casualties. However, Campbell and Williams are still vital pieces to Baltimore's defense, which makes Baltimore likely to explore other alternatives, such as converting some of their salary into a bonus to create more cap space. And then impending free agent linebacker Matt Judon, on where he would like to end up next season. He said, "Just somewhere I can win. I don't mean just 3 or 4. I mean you'd love to be wanted. Hey, I also may be a Raven for a lifetime, but I don't even know yet. We'll have to see." And I got a couple more bullets to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? There we go. The Ravens could look to extend Gus Edwards as an alternative. And thanks to special teams, Justice Hill is safe as their number 3 running back. Miles Boykin did not take the step forward the Ravens had hoped for, but he remains the best blocking receiver, and that counts for a lot in our offense. The Ravens believe Anthony Averett is a starting caliber corner. And sad news here, Des Bryant, Matt Skura, and DJ Fluker are set to leave via free agency. That's all I got for you.
Hey, man. I mean, that last one, I'm not mad. Skura, bye. Fluker, see ya. But who was the other one?
Des,
right.
That one hurts. I wanted to keep him. I want to keep him.
But here's the thing: we really don't need him.
Exactly. But here's why I want to. When he came, we saw Marquise Brown start to step up, and Miles Boykin start to step up. That veteran presence was so big for them.
You're right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking him, keeping him, but I get why we're letting him go. Hopefully, he goes somewhere and gets more than 7 or 10 targets.
Yeah, I think he needs to go to a team where the passing game is more prevalent than in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because he's older. He just wants his opportunities. You can see the guy, like he really wants those opportunities. If you follow him on Instagram, if you follow Des Bryant on Instagram, you can see Des Bryant.
We're giving you that.
Yeah. You can see like just how badly he wants like to still be in the league. He's posting training videos. Today he was posting like a workout video. He's, posts like practice highlights and stuff like that. He knows that his time with the Ravens is limited probably, and pain, anguish, suffering, all that good stuff. But, he'll probably be out the door, and he'll probably be, I don't know. He might go to the freaking Dolphins for all we know. We don't know.
If they want to trade us Devontae Parker and they take Des Bryant, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's going for that. But yeah, man. I mean, none of those people leaving the Ravens really, devastates me in any way. Now, Calais Campbell and, Derek Wolfe and those quote-unquote cap casualties, they were...
Calais Campbell, Brandon Williams, LJ Ford, Derek Wolfe.
Yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Brandon Williams and... Yeah. Oh, my goodness, man. If we were to lose Brandon Williams and Calais Campbell, it's like, okay.
What was the point of, why would... I don't get... You got to keep them.
You have to, because then if you get rid of them, all of a sudden... defensive line becomes one of our biggest needs again.
Exactly.
And it's like we're right back where we started, and teams are going to be running all over us. And by teams, I mean Derrick Henry.
Unless we see them in the playoffs, we don't play them this upcoming year.
Yeah.
So
that's a first.
Yeah.
So
but we play the Chiefs again. Yay.
Of course, yeah.
Can't wait.
In Baltimore, though. Again.
Give us
crack
fans. Give us fans, please.
Yeah. Michael the Hawks fan, he says 60 likes. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you guys so much for liking this video. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 26 of the Purple Rain podcast. What was the other rumor that you had on there? I know you had another one listed.
Miles Boykin, Justice Hill.
Yeah.
They are not happy with his progression, but he's going to be with the team because he is looked at as our best blocking receiver. And the Ravens, they see a blocking receiver. They feel a certain type of way. I'm not going to say that type of way, but they feel a certain type of way, and they love it. So,
yeah. Honestly, that is what happens with us. They see a tight end or a wide receiver blocking well, and it's like, hey, come on to Baltimore. Don't got hands, don't matter. Come through. We got a spot for you.
Or if you can play special teams, if you were a great special teamer and you were a receiver, Baltimore is your place.
Yeah, man. Kayla Sports says Dez going to Tampa to get that ring.
AB comes to Baltimore. I'd be cool with that. Bring him on.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine?
He
That'd
would
be
be.
hilarious.
I would be happy for him.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that does it for our rumor report for tonight. Guys, I think there's gonna be some big news. Maybe if not between now and next episode, between now and next week's episode. I think we're either gonna get a press conference from somebody, maybe Lamar, somebody. I've been hearing speculation about that. Like one of them's supposed to be coming soon.
I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you would think because
Yeah.
that obviously I hope something. Speaking of, real quick, you saw who
Real
Lamar
quick.
was with last night?
Kodak Black.
Of course, that was pretty
Yep.
cool to see.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully we get a press conference soon and get some more news to talk about. And like our guy Boz says, one of our moderators,
Yeah.
Rain Gang,
Shout out to him.
nobody better than the Rain Gang.
Rain Gang. And we want to shout out to all of you guys who are coming. You've come through tonight, rocked out with us for the past hour and a half on episode 26 of the Purple Rain podcast. Yeah, Jonathan Washington Jr., he says, great stream, guys. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
coming through.
Yeah, thank you for coming through, giving us you guys' time. You guys really don't have to be here on a freaking Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. But you guys do. And we appreciate you guys for that. And, you know, we hope that we can continue to grow this channel. It's only the beginning. And like we always have been saying since the season ended, just because the NFL season is over, it does not mean that the Purple Rain podcast is over. So you're going to want to make sure you like this video. But not only that, subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram because we have a ton and emphasis on a ton of more content coming your way over the next couple months. So
And
make
merch.
sure you guys stay, and merch, of course, and surprises pending. Yeah, make sure you guys stick around for that because we've got a lot of cool stuff on the way for you. But to go ahead and wrap us up for the night, that is my guy Simply AS10. You can find him on Twitter at Simply AS10. Now the L in Simply is a capital I. And then on Instagram, you can find him at simplyas10.prod. And make sure you also subscribe rather to his YouTube channel, Simply AS10, as he is almost at 20,000 subscribers. And we want to get our boy there soon and very soon because when he does, we also have another surprise for you guys. So that'll be really cool. But you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. And what are you about to say, bro?
Oh, I was going to say, just dropped a video today on Justin Jefferson. You know, maybe should have won the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hey, it's up for debate. Never know.
Yeah. Let's see. Jonathan Washington Jr. says that Crenshaw jersey is hard.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
It does go crazy. Let us see the back of that. Let's see the Kobe on the back.
I was about to knock something over, so I don't know if you see it.
Look at that Kobe. Sheesh. Yeah, that goes crazy. That goes crazy. I love it. Kayla Sports says latest rumor: Purple Rain podcast projected as number one podcast. That is Thank you so much, KLA Sports. We appreciate you. But yeah, this has been the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 26. We're gonna catch you guys on Thursday as well. Maybe it'll be a snow episode. We'll see how it is, because here in Maryland it's supposed to be some snow. But we're gonna catch you guys in the next episode of the Purple Rain Podcast. I'm gonna let my guys Simply take us out.
Episode 26. Wow. Next up, 27. Getting close to that 30 mark. Hopefully, about maybe 50 will be a case of. We'll see. But 2 days. You'll see us in 2 days. So, you know, tomorrow's Wednesday, then Thursday, you got us again. So, thank you for coming through as always. Thank you to everybody coming. Shout out to our guy, Hoodie Ramey, for actually shouting us out on Twitter. Hope maybe if you're new here, drop a sub, drop a like. Yeah. But until then, as always, stay positive. Test negative. Like our guy Devon. Yes, stay positive, test negative. That's all it is.
That's all it is, man. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.